Hey y'all, and welcome to Bossy Brushstrokes' very first YouTube video. If you're coming here from Instagram, then you already know that I recently launched my lettering guide and a custom set of Procreate brushes on my website. So I figured there wasn't a better time than now to go ahead and launch my YouTube channel and make a little bit more of an in-depth video showing you what's inside the guide and how to use it. And if you want to see that, just keep on watching. Okay, so to make it a little bit easier, I've gone ahead and downloaded the PDF file version into the iBooks app on my iPad so that I can kind of swipe through and show you guys everything. So when you download it on my website, you will get the JPEG version for Procreate and the PDF file for printing. And I've done this because I know how important it is to be able to have something on pen and paper or on the iPad, and I don't want you guys to have to choose. I want you to be able to have it for either one or both, or however you like to letter. So again, with the purchase of the guide and all of the free worksheets on my website, you'll get them in both PDF and Procreate form. So let me go ahead and show you what's inside. You've got the cover, a welcome message from me, and then here is the first page that I kind of wanted to dive into to explain. The way I have the whole thing set up is the first lines will be black, and I've done this because you shouldn't have to worry about your own pen. You know what I mean? So kind of to forget about the color of your own ink and just trace the black, getting comfortable with the upstrokes and the downstrokes and how the letters connect. Because the whole secret behind calligraphy, which isn't a secret at all, is the thick downstrokes and the thin upstrokes. And that's kind of the secret to getting those pretty letters. And as you practice and practice, it gets smoother and smoother, and eventually you'll end up with something that looks similar to this. So again, at first they're black, and then the words and letters go to a light gray. And this is kind of to have a reference as you feel more comfortable with the letters. You can be more aware of the pressure you're using, and I think that that's still important, but you've still got a guide behind there for you still to be able to go through and trace to continue to get more comfortable with. Then there's some blank space for you to try it yourself, but at the end of the lettering guide, there's some practice sheets, and that same practice sheet is available as a free download on my website so that you'll never run out. You can just keep downloading it or keep printing it, whatever you need to do, so that way you've got plenty of space. Next, we can move into the basic strokes and the alphabet. Now, I'm really excited about how I've got this set up because I have it set up with the uppercase, lowercase, again with the black, and then the light gray, and then again with the guide and some blank space for you to be able to do it yourself. And every letter of the alphabet is set up this way. And then we can once we get towards the end of the alphabet, let's swipe through here a little bit. Perfect. Now we have the difficult connections page. And this is another thing that I'm really excited and really proud of because all of these came from you guys on Instagram. I posted on my story and asked what letters you would want to see, and these were the answers. So what I tried to do was include the letters separately, then connected with the black and then with the light gray for the guide, and then also two words that would be examples of it so that you could kind of get how to connect it in the whole word. Speaking of words, we also have practice word sheets. It was really stressful, honestly, to have to go through and pick just a few words that I liked, but I tried to pick things that I felt like Bossy Brushstrokes really embodied. I feel like I set out to inspire and set out to show you guys that you too can make progress. And I tried to pick things with double letters and just things like that where people would be able to get kind of an idea of how to connect these things. And I feel like that's really important, and I'm excited for how it's turned out. So then we can go to the Procreate app, and I've already have the letter M set up. And with the download on my website, you also get the Bossy Workbook brush, which is the Bossy brush. It's my favorite brush, and it's available for $2 separately, but it comes with the guide. And again, I showed the letter M on my Instagram the other day, so I figured I'd show it again, why not? So it's all set up already to use the size that I used, but feel free to play with it over here because it's going to be different depending on how much pressure you personally write with. I definitely have heavy pressure when it comes to this, but if you've messed with your pressure curve, or maybe you just write a different way, definitely keep in mind to feel free to mess with the size so that it suits you. If we zoom in here, I can kind of show you with my Apple Pencil. you know, just tracing over it with that brush. And it doesn't have to be exact. Remember, this is just a guide to kind of get you in the zone, be able to show you kind of how I go through everything. We've got the uppercase, we've got the lowercase. So again, you can pull these up individually in Procreate with the JPEG file, and you can go through all the letters. As long as you remember to have an extra layer, you'll have everything set up and you won't have to worry about re-downloading it into there, because you can just erase the layer or go back and hit the undo button and it'll all be taken care of for you. So I'm going to toss the iPad aside and show you with paper and pen. Okay, so this table is a little bit textured, so I've just got a Radia pad under here to give me a smooth writing surface, and this is the letter H. I have a couple of different markers here, and I actually have a blog post on my website about my favorite markers for lettering, all the way from the cheap Crayolas to the expensive Tombows, which are all amazing. Seriously, they're all well worth the money, but I know that some people don't have the resources to be able to go out and get Tombow pens, and I want to show you that you can still create beautiful things even with the Crayola Super Tips, or the big ones if you like those better. So again, let's go through this just a little bit. We'll start with the Crayola Super Tip. Again, the whole secret is that heavy downstroke, the light upstroke, and the heavy downstroke again. And depending on the size of the marker, it's not going to match up exactly with the guide. That's just the name of the game, but that's okay, because again, you've still got the letter for reference. We can go in with a Tombow, especially these Tombows, because they are big old brush markers. So they can get a little bit bigger than the guide, but again, you're still getting that reference. You're still able to go through and see. Here's the Pentel Sign Pen, another personal favorite. And see, this one's a lot smaller than the reference, but that's okay, because you're still able to see the difference between your thin upstrokes and the thick downstrokes. Here's the big old Crayola markers. So again, just heavy on the downstrokes and then thin on the upstrokes. So it works just as well whether you prefer to have it paper and pen, or if you would prefer to have it on your iPad. You can definitely get something out of this guide, and like I said, there's also some free worksheets available, and I'd love for you to go and check them out and let me know what you think. So hopefully this video gave you a little bit more in depth of what's included, and hopefully you enjoyed my first YouTube video. I'd really appreciate it if you'd subscribe. Stick around, I'm gonna make some more videos. Hopefully I can turn some of the old videos I've done on Instagram into YouTube videos, kind of to have them all in one place. So stay bossy, y'all. I'll talk to you soon.